Hello, Chargers. Mr. Mack here, joining you from the upper left-hand corner of this presentation to talk a little bit about credit recovery and night school. Uh, Academics have been a struggle for many this year. Very understandable given the pandemic and the circumstances that we're learning under. What we want to try to do in response to data that we received about students losing credits in semester one is try to offer you as many uh, easy accesses to credit recovery as possible during semester two, so that you end the school year with what we like to call clean closure. That is, that you're not carrying the burden of credits lost or the need to do recovery work or to retake classes as you start the next year, as we're very hopeful that we'll be back to full in-person learning. So just kind of taking you through a couple things. First of all, that we're waiving the fees for any uh, credits lost during the course of this year. No need to think about that. That was a barrier, I know, for many, given the various circumstances that families are going through. And we don't want that to be an obstacle for you getting started on your credit recovery. So fees waived this year, number one. Talk a little bit about Edgenuity. That's our credit recovery program. It's designed for you to be self-directed as a learner. And I know that can be challenging at sometimes. It's module-based. You go through those modules at your own pace. When you're ready to take an assessment in Edgenuity, all you have to do is contact one of the many Edgenuity administrators in the building. We'll talk about who they are shortly, to access the opportunity to complete an assessment and move progressively through the course, whether it's a quarter, a semester, or a full year that you need to recover. Slide myself over a little bit here. So again, if you feel the course is required for graduation, you can recover it through credit recovery and night school. We talked about what Edgenuity is. There's an online registration form that you have to complete if you're going to enroll, and you do that through communicating with your school counselor. So one of the things I like to ask when kids are thinking about going through credit recovery is, have you reached out to your teacher? Now, a little bit late in the game, this far into semester two, to be going back into semester one. But as you're approaching the end of your semester, say this semester, semester two, you want to be talking to your teachers, communicating. If you're struggling, look for support. Are there ways that they can help you? Are there peers that you can reach out to that can support you in being successful in your classes? If you're looking like it's on the fence whether or not you're going to pass a class, that's the time to start communicating with a teacher. If there's an opportunity to revise an assignment, a major project that's going to influence your grade in a positive way, you want to have that conversation proactively. But if not, again, we have credit recovery through Edgenuity. So the way it works is you've got instructional assignments that you have to complete. And again, as I said, you can move at your own pace. When it comes time for you to complete the assessments, that's when you need to connect with an Edgenuity credit recovery administrator. Ms. Martinez and Ms. Lynn are two credit recovery night school coordinators, but also Mr. Whitfield in A6 and guided study. Mr. Carson is one of our support personnel. Myself, Ms. Spaz, Mr. Oth, any of your school counselors can support you with this as well. We do have live sessions Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. But you can also take advantage of time in the school day during your advisory to communicate with any of those personnel that I mentioned to support helping you go through the administration of an assessment. So how do I access information related to night school? You go to the Chariho High School website, you click on student resources and click on night school, and that will get you all the registration information that you need. We've highlighted it here on the slide deck. And again, we can share this out with not only you, but your families as well. After you complete the registration form, you're going to get an email, a username and a password. It asks you to sign into Edgenuity. You'll be assigned the specific course, whether it's a quarter or a semester or a full year that you need to recover, and we want you to get started, right? Pertinent information about the people who can support you specifically for in-person versus distance learners found on this spreadsheet or on this slide right here. And again, here's a list of all the course offerings that you can go through credit recovery to earn those credits back. Some additional information. The behavior code applies when you're in person or distance learning, participating in credit recovery. So we expect you to be on your best behavior, following our electronic protocols as well as our in-person behavior code. Like I said, we're waiving tuition fees for this year. If we make any changes, we'll do so via announcements, not only on the night school webpage, but in our morning announcements as well. Um, if you're in person during the scheduled times when we have credit recovery, it's going to be in the library. If not, you can access it via Zoom. And it's going to begin the Monday after the issuance of report card for every quarter. And it usually constitutes somewhere around 30 hours over the course of 5 weeks to get as much credit recovery done as you can. Again, this is just introductory information about credit recovery. Like I said, it's really critical that you engage in this process to recover credits as quickly as possible, to get yourself back on track, take that albatross of a class that you might have failed off your shoulders so that you can move on and concentrate your attention positively on the courses that you're enrolled in this year. If you have any questions, obviously reach out to me, Ms. Boz or Mr. Oth, or to Ms. Martinez, or to Miss Lynn, who are our night school credit recovery coordinators. Thanks so much. Any questions, you know where to find me.